أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي رب زدني علما اللهم فقهنا في الدين آمين. Dear sisters in Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I hope you all are in good health and keeping safe. My dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is to keep you all in His hifz o aman and bless you with health and well-being. May Allah grant goodness and blessing in your time, your knowledge, your practice and your life. Alhamdulillah, by the grace of Allah, today we are starting the book Kitab Siyam by Iqbal Kelani. In this book, inshallah, we will learn about the important issues regarding fasting. As you know, it is obligatory to fast in Ramadan, and fasting is one of the 5 basic pillars of Islam, which are saying the Shahada, Salah, fasting, charity, and Hajj. Fard or obligatory fasting is done only during the month of Ramadan. It is not done during any other month. In Arabic language, the month of Ramadan is called Mah-e-Sayyam. The word Sayyam is the plural form of Saum and it is derived from Saim. In Arabic culture, the word Saim was attributed to a horse that was made to fast and then raced excessively. This treatment enabled the horse to be more active and physically fit. What is a common misconception? We believe that eating equates to health, whereas the case with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is different. Abstaining from food during the fast increases our strength and fitness, both body and soul are regenerated. Benefits of fasting are that we learn the true meaning of gratitude when we say a heartfelt Alhamdulillah at iftar. It strengthens our faith and feeds our soul. The strengthening of faith aids in improving self-control and overcoming desires. This is Taqwa. We will talk about this too, inshallah. Therefore, fasting helps gain endurance. The Arabs used to train their horses for wars by making them fast, so they could go without food and water for a long time during the battle. It is stated in Surah Al-Baqarah, verse number 183, يا أيها الذين آمنوا كتب عليكم الصيام كما كتب على الذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون. O you who believe, observing a Saum is prescribed for you as it was prescribed for those before you, that you may become al-muttaqun, the pious, the one with taqwa. Taqwa is actually the strength, the power, the fear that keeps us from indulging in evil and bad deeds. This piety, this power of faith is what draws us towards good deeds. Our heart is inclined to do good deeds. Hazrat Abi Ka'b radiallahu anhu narrated to Hazrat Umar radiallahu anhu the definition of taqwa. He said that there is a very narrow pathway surrounded on both sides with thorny bushes. How will a person pass through this? Obviously, he will wrap his clothes around him to save them and pass carefully. In the same way, a pious person is careful to avoid sins. A pious person learns the deen with an open heart, free from all distractions, and all their deeds are in accordance with the Quran and Sunnah. They are always concerned about the purification of self and self-reform. They supplicate excessively and pray to attain piety and guidance. For example, Allahumma inni as'aluka al-huda wat-taqa wal-afafa wal-ghina. There's another supplication. Allahumma ati nafsi taqwaha wa zakkiha anta khayru ma zakkaha wa anta waliyuha wa maulaha. The translation of Surah Al-Baqarah verse number 184 and 185 is, fasting is for a certain number of days only. So whoever is sick among you or on a journey, fast the same number in other days, and those who do not have the strength for it must give a redemption by feeding a needy person. So, whoever increases the good of his own accord, it is better for him, and fasting is better for you if only you realize. The month of Ramadan, in which was sent down the Quran, the guidance for mankind, the direction and the clear criteria to judge between the right and wrong. So, whoever among you witnesses this month must fast for the whole month, and whoever is sick or on a journey may fast the same number in other days. Allah desires ease for you and does not desire hardship for you, so that you complete the count of fast and glorify Allah's greatness for having guided you, and so that you may be grateful. There are many benefits of fasting, which we will inshallah learn as we move further in this book. Fasting reduces the worldly aspirations and excessive wants and turns our attention towards the hereafter. That is, it creates a desire for the hereafter. Being hungry makes one feel the hunger of others and sympathize with the poor and unfortunate, because one gets the taste of hunger and thirst during fast. Whereas the person with excessive food consumption loses control over self and starts to follow their heart's desires. The more he pursues these desires, the weaker his willpower becomes. Interest in worship begins to wane, prayer doesn't please the heart, and there is no interest left to pray. On the other hand, fasting encourages good deeds one desires to worship. As previously discussed, fasting is called Saum in Arabic. Now let us take a look at its meaning according to the Islamic law or Sharia. It means to refrain from eating and drinking and marital relations after making an intention to fast. Also, strictly forbidden during fasting is shamelessness, disobedience towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, lying, backbiting, slander, fighting, quarrel, and use of abusive language. Let's discuss a little bit more about taqwa or piety. Taqwa is when we refrain from disobeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala out of fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Therefore, taqwa is a power that strengthens our faith. We attain it after knowing and recognizing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It increases by leaps and bounds as we begin to realize all of Allah's blessing on us and how much Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves us and how He takes care of our needs, both physical and spiritual. The more we learn about it, the more Allah's love takes roots in our hearts. As the love of Allah grows in one's heart, one learns to control one's desires. Fasting is excellent training to learn self-control, because in the state of fast, it is forbidden to eat and drink or indulge into marital relationships. Then sleep is very dear to man. He also has to control it. One has to wake up very early in the morning during Ramadan and stay up late at night for Taraweeh and prayers. Therefore, control over these three things, that is, eating and drinking, lust of physical desires, and sleep, helps one attain many physical and spiritual benefits. We will inshallah talk about these physical and spiritual benefits later. Alhamdulillah, our topic today has come to completion. Take good care of yourselves. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika nashhadu an la ilaha illa ant nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.